Hello everyone, it's Ashes0954 here. Welcome back to another video. And today in this video I'll be doing my full review of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And I know this video is a little bit late. I was gonna do this yesterday, but when I came home I was a little tired, so I couldn't do this before. So yeah, I do apologize. This is a little bit late. And yeah, so I've seen the movie two times already. I saw it early on the 4th, and I saw it yesterday. So I've already seen it two times, as I just said. But oh my goodness gracious, holy crap! What can I say? It's great. It's actually very great for me as a Five Nights at Freddy's fan since I think since 2015. Same, I think it was the same year I became a Godzilla fan. But anyways, so yes, I did see this movie early. I think it was the 4th. I did not see it on the opening day because I think I had other things going on, but I wanted to see it again. At first, I wanted to see it three times before I do reviews like this, but I couldn't because obviously, as I just said, I was busy on the opening day, on the official day that came out. But oh my god, this one was definitely more scarier than the first one. And so what I can really say is that, well, I think there's a lot to talk about if I can get to it because you know how I am with these reviews. I am god awful at them, but oh well, that's just me. That's how I feel. Okay, don't come at me. All right. But anyways, so what I can really say about the movie, so the basically I think the plot is pretty much the same. Well, kind of pretty much the same as I think it's a little bit tweaked from the first one. Well, from the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but so yeah, I think we get a flash. I think at the beginning of the movie, it takes place in 1982. But I'm surprised it's not 1983. I think I might have seen something about this part that was supposed to be. It might have been supposed to be 1983, but it says 1982. And we're introduced to the marionette, which is the puppet from obviously the second game. Obviously, since this is Five Nights at Freddy's 2, obviously. But oh my goodness. So after that little I think it might have been a flashback of how there was basically two locations where this movie. I think the pretty much like the first began from what I've heard, from what I've watched. I couldn't do this video yesterday because, as I just said, I was tired, so I may be a little rusty, even though I just saw it two times already. The one on the early day, and the second yesterday. But yeah, I might forget some things, but I'm gonna try my best. And yes, I do. I am a little tired, so don't. Okay. So from what I've watched yesterday and on the early day, even though it's been a couple weeks, 2 weeks already. But anyways, so we're introduced to the toy animatronics as well, and they look. It looks like they literally walked out of the second game. Literally, they are pretty much. I think they're pretty good. I think pretty much. I'm just gonna say they all look very good from the toy animatronics, the weather animatronics, which we did not really see a whole lot of in this movie, which is fine. Which is a little disappointing, but for me, it's fine. I mean, then again, I don't think I've ever said this, but these movies do have budgets, and sometimes things don't go well. But yeah, anyways, and they definitely. I don't think I've said this, but they definitely amped up the horror in this one a little bit. And let me tell you, when what was her name? I think I don't remember her name. The one who got possessed by by the puppet. Let me tell you, when the camera showed that she was possessed, that was horrifying. Literally. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the movie. You'll find out. You'll probably see what I mean. And holy crap, when she gets possessed, that was terrifying. I literally jumped when I saw it the first time. Like literally, that was horrifying. Horrifying. It's definitely scary. That's for sure. When you get like, think about it. If you got possessed by the marionette, that would be terrifying. I have to say. And I'm probably skipping ahead, but when Abby gets possessed by the marionette or the puppet, I'm just gonna call her the puppet because that's what the puppet is a she, I think. Hopefully I don't get canceled for that. But when Abby gets possessed, it's so terrifying. Good grief. And yeah, so basically there are definitely some scary parts in this one. As I said, they definitely amped up the scariness, which is great. Because I think that's what people wanted to see in the first one, in the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but they didn't. But they never showed that, but they never did show that, which is okay, fine. As I said, these movies do have budgets, and some things don't go well. Sometimes they do have to they sometimes have to tone it down a little bit, which, I don't get why people get so upset about that, but it is what it is. And the music is great. It's by I think it's by the Newton brothers, I think, just like the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And what I loved is that they brought back that one theme that played I think it played it three times in the first one from the bit when, like in the first one, when Mike wakes up and as he was driving home in the first Five Nights at Freddy's, and when Mike and Vanessa were talking in the field or whatever it was. I like how they play that theme again. I just love that theme. I don't know why. I think it's just very common, even though it's in a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but that's just me. And what I will have to say about the toy animatronics, especially, I was I was a little bit iffy on the voice acting a little bit, especially with Toy Chica, which I did not was not expecting. It was who was actually voiced by Megan Fox, who was in Transformers 2007 and Revenge of the Fallen. Hmm. I was a little bit iffy. I was a little like, okay, but it was fine. I mean, I don't have any problems with it, but that's just me. And I don't know who voiced Toy Freddy or Toy Bonnie, but they were pretty good too. And so pretty much, I think I think it was might have been the second half or the third half third half. Oh, we were introduced to Michael Afton, which was a little bit unexpected, especially when he was first shown with that creepy smile, with his creepy smile. That made me jump a little bit on the first day, and it made me jump a little bit and yesterday when I watched it the second time. But yeah, apparently toward toward the end of the movie, when I think it was a little bit toward the end when Mike, Abby, and Vanessa were surrounded by the toy animatronics, I was not expecting them to be siblings, which was never explained in the first one. That's another secret that Vanessa has been hiding in this, and yeah, and I do kind of feel bad. I do kind of feel bad for Vanessa in this movie because she is basically everyone from for the basically Mike. I think it was Mike, Abby, and Vanessa. They were basically trying to recover what happened in from the last movie 20 years later after the flashbacks, what I mentioned earlier. So they're basically trying to recover. Van- Vanessa is obviously dealing with trauma from her father, which is William Afton. So she is still dealing. She was dealing with that. It made me kind of feel sorry for. It made me feel sorry for her because I always feel bad for characters that go through trauma or something happens to them in these movies. I don't know why. I did feel kind of feel bad for Vanessa. I um what else can I say? Other than this movie being great, it's definitely more scary as I said earlier from obviously from the first Five Nights at Freddy's, but also I'm I was not expecting expecting the when I think it was when everything goes downhill that Mike actually went back to the pizzeria from the first movie. He was trying to call out the I think he was trying to call out the souls of the kids from the last movie, and this is the biggest holy crap moment is that when before the toy animatronics about to kill Vanessa, Abby, and Mike, well about to be when Michael Afton commanded the toy animatronics to kill them, and the the original four tear the tore them in half. Foxy stepped on Tony Bunny's head. Freddy, normal Freddy, destroyed, which well basically ripped Toy Freddy in half, and Bonnie. I think all four of them tore the toy animatronics in half, except for Foxy because Foxy stepped on crushed Toy Bunny's head. That part was awesome. Literally, I smiled. Okay, I literally smiled at that part. That was very awesome. And yeah, I'm probably forgetting all things. Also, the I think the teacher, Mr. Berg, I think was his name, who gets killed by Tori Chica. Well, Tori Chica basically crushed his head. That same, I think the actor who played as him also did Owl from Toy Story 2, which was pretty. I was not expecting that. I mean, that's the. I think, other than Toy Story 2 and this one, that's the only time I've only seen that actor. I think it was Wayne Knight, I think it was. I'm probably wrong or correct, but I was not expecting to see him in this movie. Like, when I heard him talk, I was like, that voice sounds very familiar. And I said, where did I hear that voice from? Until I think I saw like a post about that that he was that that actor was the voice actor of Owl from Toy Story 2, as I said. So that was pretty cool, I have to admit. Obviously, he gets killed in this one. He gone. And overall, I think this movie was great. Well, actually, this movie was fantastic in my opinion. But yeah, so that is my review of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I know I am late. As I said, I was gonna do this yesterday, but obviously I got tired and I fell asleep. So I'm doing it now, which I'm pretty much a week late because yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's it for me. Go watch this movie while you can, so we can get a third movie. Oh, before I forget, I think it was in the and during the credits they actually played another. I think it was another one of. I am probably stumbling over my words. There was another Living Tombstone song. I think it was a Living Tombstone's Five Nights at Freddy's song. It they played It's Been So Long. I think it's a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 song. That was pretty awesome. Because like how they played the very first Five Nights at Freddy song, which was by the Living Tombstone, they added another one. That was awesome. I wonder how they're gonna do the third one. In the scene where we actually get to see Springtrap a little bit. Spoiler alert right there. During I think it was during the mid credits that I think these three guys were in the old location from the first one, obviously. They actually found Springtrap, and when after they put the whatever it was on him to cover him up because it was raining during that part, and when his eye, when one of his eyes started glowing, I was like, "Oh boy, this it's gonna set up the." I said to myself, "This is gonna set up the third one." Hopefully, if this movie does well, it better do well. There's gonna be a third Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm here for it. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about this movie. I know there's probably other things to talk about. It's just I'm not gonna remember stuff, but that's just me. So obviously, so, well as always, go see this movie while you can. It's still playing in theaters because I saw it yesterday. So yeah, go watch this movie while you can. And yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.